The Alnari Empire had long considered humanity a statistical anomaly, a civilization that had advanced rapidly, yet lacked the galactic presence to pose any meaningful threat. Earth had been watched, prodded, and tested for nearly a century. Their technology was crude by interstellar standards, their military fleets laughably small, and their species prone to internal conflicts and petty squabbles. But there was one factor the Alnari did not account for: what humanity kept hidden beyond the eyes of the stars. The incident began with what the Alnari deemed a harmless show of power, a kinetic bomb detonated in Earth's orbit, meant to send a clear message. Earth was not untouchable. The weapon, a relativistic rod accelerated to a fraction of light speed, shattered in the upper thermosphere, unleashing a burst of energy equivalent to thousands of nuclear warheads. The Alnari fleet watched from a safe distance, cloaked and hovering at the edge of the solar system, observing the brilliant, silent flare of destruction that painted the skies over Earth. To them, it was a warning, a demonstration that the galaxy could reach them whenever it pleased. But they did not understand humanity's paranoia. They did not understand the long, cold years of Earth's-own conflicts, the bitter lessons learned during the Cold War, the endless ambitions of corporate defense conglomerates, the clandestine programs funded under the guise of civilian space exploration. Within minutes of the orbital detonation, Earth fell eerily silent. Civilian communications blacked out, satellites vanished from public registries, and Earth's atmosphere was flooded with coded transmissions in frequencies the Alnari could not decipher. The Alnari fleet commander, high strategist Valik, observed these developments with mild amusement. Primitive panic, he assumed. The humans scrambling in the dark, oblivious to their cosmic insignificance. His analysts reported that Earth's orbital infrastructure appeared destroyed. Communication satellites, observation arrays, civilian stations, all wiped from the skies. The Alnari sensors showed nothing but debris fields. They smiled. Their message had been delivered. But 3 hours later, the Alnari sensors detected movement. The debris in orbit, far from drifting aimlessly, had begun to shift with unnatural precision. Tiny thrusters ignited in controlled patterns. Segments of what appeared to be shattered satellites reassembled themselves, clicking into formation with mechanical precision. The fragments had not been destroyed. They had been designed to appear destroyed. Valik frowned. His fleet technicians ran simulations, yet no explanation aligned with the behavior witnessed. Soon other structures emerged from Earth's shadow. They had no visible identification, no reflective surfaces, no emission signatures, but they moved with terrifying coordination. Stealth platforms, hundreds of them, hidden among the orbital clutter for decades. Earth's low orbit was not vacant. It was saturated with hidden weapons. Impossible, Valik whispered as magnified imaging revealed more. What he thought were derelict communication relays morphed, unfurling panels that glowed with weapon-grade emitters. Segments of orbital platforms folded open like mechanical flowers, revealing railgun ports, missile arrays, laser batteries, silent, dormant, but very much operational. Earth's orbital defense grid had not been destroyed. It had been hiding. Earth governments had concealed an entire military infrastructure in orbit, masquerading as civilian technology, scrap, even space junk. And now, triggered by the Alnari's provocation, that hidden arsenal was waking up. Valik ordered the fleet to retreat to a deeper position in the solar system. But it was too late. The dark side of Earth's moon pulsed with heat signatures as massive launch silos ejected high-velocity projectiles. Earth's orbital stealth stations initiated active scans, their targeting arrays sweeping far beyond the planet's atmosphere. Moments later, deep space telescopes disguised as scientific instruments adjusted their lenses, not toward distant stars but toward the outer solar system, toward the Alnari fleet. The humans had known. Somehow, they had known they were being watched. The first volley came not from Earth itself, but from a point between Mars and Jupiter. A section of the asteroid belt flared to life as disguised platforms activated, launching guided kinetic missiles at relativistic speeds. The Alnari fleet scrambled to evade, but the projectiles were fast, compact, and nearly invisible against the cosmic background. Several escort ships vaporized on impact. The fleet's stealth capabilities collapsed as electronic warfare pulses from Earth's hidden platforms jammed sensors and communications. Valek's command ship shuddered as impacts rocked the outer hull. Human war doctrines had been underestimated. The Alnari assumed humanity would develop like most primitives, open, transparent, predictable. But Earth had done the opposite. They had weaponized secrecy itself. Decades of appearing weak, fragmented, disorganized. It had been a ruse. Earth's governments had been divided on paper, but united where it mattered, in the shadows. Covert defense networks, orbital minefields, asteroid-mounted railguns, quantum-linked tracking arrays. The humans had turned their own paranoia, their mistrust of one another, into a strategic advantage so layered and complex the Alnari's most advanced reconnaissance had failed to pierce it. The fleet's morale fractured as more hidden weapon systems revealed themselves. From deep lunar craters emerged laser batteries capable of slicing through armored hulls. Space stations, once believed abandoned, began launching automated drones armed with electromagnetic disruptors. Earth's surface installations contributed too. Continental arrays of ground-based railguns and missile platforms fired salvos that streaked into orbit, intercepting Alnari observation probes and support satellites. Valek issued a full retreat order, but human forces were already closing the net. Their stealth vessels, small but fast, utilized Earth's cluttered orbital environment to their advantage, weaving through debris fields and striking with brutal efficiency. One by one, Alnari ships vanished from the sensors, some destroyed by direct impact, others crippled by electronic warfare or targeted strikes from railgun platforms hidden in plain sight. The High Strategist's flagship attempted to flee along the outer solar plane, but Earth's deep space platforms anticipated the maneuver. A pair of asteroids, seemingly innocuous, detonated directional nuclear warheads, forcing the flagship to divert straight into the targeting radius of an orbital railgun station disguised as a defunct weather satellite. The projectile struck with pinpoint accuracy, breaching the ship's hull and disabling propulsion. Valek's bridge filled with alarms and smoke as his remaining officers scrambled for damage control. But the human assault did not cease. Boarding craft, small and black as obsidian, latched onto the crippled flagship. Their hulls bore no markings, but their design was unmistakable. Earth-origin technology, brutal and efficient. Breach charges detonated. Human soldiers poured into the corridors, clad in void-hardened armor, weapons at the ready. They moved with methodical precision, cutting down resistance with clinical efficiency. Valek, cornered on the bridge, could only watch as the lead human removed their helmet. The face beneath was cold, expressionless, the eyes devoid of fear or mercy. "You brought this upon yourselves," the human said in perfect Alnari. Valek's mandibles quivered. "We only intended a message." "Message received," the human replied. "Here's ours." From the bridge's shattered viewport, Valek saw Earth's orbital space transformed into a fortress. Platforms, stations, and hidden arrays formed an intricate web of defenses so vast, so layered, no invasion fleet could penetrate it. And beyond that, beyond the moon, beyond the asteroid belt, glinted countless more hidden outposts, silent sentinels awaiting the next threat. Earth's paranoia, their obsession with worst-case scenarios, their readiness for a war no one else believed possible, it had made them invincible. The humans had turned their planet into a fortress cloaked in plain sight. The High Strategist's last thoughts were not of conquest, but of realization. The galaxy had feared human aggression, human ambition, human unpredictability, but they had missed the most terrifying human trait of all, their preparation. The humans did not wait for war. They built for it, hid for it, lived for it. And when provoked, they unleashed it with ruthless precision. The orbital bomb had been intended to frighten Earth into submission. Instead, it had woken the monster that humanity kept hidden among the stars.